Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to show you how we can create the sidebar navigation by using Tailwind CSS. And let me show you how this works. So here you can see this arrow. After clicking over here, this section is getting reduced and we can only see the icons, right? So that's how it is expanding. Then we have this search bar. This is a basic pretty simple search bar, and then we have the menu. Here we have the submenu items as well, and when this submenu items is opened, that time if we close, then the submenu items is getting closed. And also when we are opening it, that time it is staying on that position which was before. So that means previously we have opened it, so that's why it is opened. And if it is closed, then when we are opening it, that time is also it is closed. So this is the UI which I am going to create today by using Tailwind in React. And also let me tell you that if you are interested in Tailwind CSS, then previously I have created a Tailwind CSS tutorial where I have shown you how to create an e-commerce website UI by using Tailwind CSS, and that was on basic HTML, but you will get to know the Tailwind. So I will provide the link of that tutorial in the description below, or you can check that out from the I icon of this video. So if you are interested in this kind of tutorial, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new tutorial on this channel. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so first we need to create the project, and because of that I'm at Tailwind CSS official website, and here let's click on get started, and here we need to go to the framework guides, and I'm going to choose this create React app. So we are going to create the React app, so let's follow these steps. And here let's open the terminal, and in the terminal first I will go to this directory where I'm going to create the project, and let's copy paste the command, and I will provide the project name as Tailwind nav. Now hit enter. So here it is getting created, and then we need to use this command under our project, and by using this command, this tailwind.config.js file and postcss.config.js file will be created. So now it has been created, so let's go to our project and let me open it in my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so it has been opened, and now within this project we need to provide these comments. So by using this first command, Tailwind CSS, Post CSS and Auto Prefixer has been installed in our React project, and then by using this command, those two files will be created, those config.js files. So here you can see this Post CSS and Tailwind config CSS files has been created. Now after that, within the Tailwind config.js file, we need to provide this. Now save it, and after that let's copy this one, and within our index CSS at the top I will use this one. Now save it. Now we can start our project by this npm run start, and here we can see our project is running. Now let's go to the app.js, and here let's get rid of these things. And here I am using functional component. So now it's been updated, so we can see that it is working perfectly well with our Tailwind CSS classes. Now I'm going to position this code editor and the browser beside each other. Let me do that. Okay, so I have done that, and now we can start creating our UI. But before proceeding, let me install another package here, which is React Icons. So let me stop this process and here paste this command. Now hit enter. By installing this package, we will have lots of icon packages available for our project. As you can see here, we have bootstrap icon and design icon, feather icon, flat icon, font awesome, all sort of icons available. We can use icons from this, and to use the icons we need to import it first, then we can use it. So this is for the font awesome icons, and if we go to font awesome icons, then we will see list of icons available with this package, and we need to import that particular icon from the react icons package /fa. So fa for font awesome. Similarly we have bootstrap icon, so /bs. That's how it is present here, right? So from here we will get the icon list, and for specific icon we can get the icon name from here. So if we want to select that, so that has been copied, right? So that's how we can add icons to our React project. So I have installed it, and now we can start creating our project. And for that, first here I'm going to extend our theme for the colors. We can create custom color here, and I will create dark purple color, and here I will provide the color code. After that I will create light white, and for this one I will use this RGBA color, and by this we are extending our theme, and this dark purple light white will be available for our use. Now let's get rid of it, and I will create a div. This will be the wrapper div, and here I will provide the flex, so that means display flex. Okay, and within it I will create two div. The first one is sidebar and the second one is homepage. Now save it. After saving it, it is not updating here because we are not running our project, so npm run start. So here we can see those two sections have been created. For the sidebar I'm going to use this dark purple color in the background. Okay, so the color has been changed. Now let's change the height of it. And for this homepage section I'm going to provide a padding, and for this homepage text I'm going to put it within h1 tag. And for this h1 let's provide this font size, and I will change the font weight to semi-bold. Now we can focus on this navigation section. So first I'm going to provide a padding here. So here is the sidebar text. We will not have this text, we will create the actual component instead of this text, and I'm going to provide extra padding at the top of this section, so that's why I have used pt. Okay, this have been moved slightly bottom, and I need to use a width of it. So that's the navigation section, and when this section will be reduced, that time it will have this width. So it will be dynamic, but by default it will have this width. Now let me create that icon here by which we can make this sidebar section expand and reduce. So here first we need to add a icon. So I'm going to use bootstrap icon. So let's copy this import command, and for the icon I'm going to use this icon. So let's copy it by clicking here and paste it here. So we are importing it, and then I can use it here. So here we can see the icon, but it needs to be placed over here. So instead of this text white, it will be background white. For the text color I will use this dark purple color. Increase the font size of it and make it rounded. So I am going to use this rounded full, and now we need to position this here, and that I can do by providing this absolute position, and at the right it will be -3, so that means -12 pixel, and from the top it will be 36 pixel. And to use this absolute for the wrapper div I need to use relative. So now it has been pushed here, but here we can see a problem that at this side we don't see any proper definition of this arrow. So I need to provide a border here. So it will be a border, and for the border width I'm using 1 pixel. If I want to make it thicker, then I can use this number. So by this it will make 2 pixel or 4 pixel, but I want to make it 1 pixel. So I'm using this border, and for this border color I'm going to use this dark purple color. So now it is looking good, and for the cursor of it I'm going to use cursor pointer. So right now when we are here it is not looking like it is clickable, but after providing this cursor pointer it is changed to this hand icon, and now it seems like it is clickable. So now make this thing dynamic, and for that first I need to import useState from React, and then I can use that. And for the default value of it I will use true. So here this W72 is defining the width of it, so we need to make this dynamic, and for that we can use template literal here. And now we can check for open. If it is true, then we will use this W72. If not, then we will use W20, and we can get rid of it. And we can update this state by providing this onClick, and for this onClick function we can provide this set open, and whatever the open value will be, it will set it to opposite of that. So that means if it is true, that means after clicking over here it will become false. If it is false, then after clicking over here it will become true. So now save it. Now after saving it, let's see. So here we can see that it is getting reduced and expanding. It is doing the functionality, but it is not looking good. That's why we need to provide duration here. Here I am going to provide 300 millisecond duration. So in that time these changes will be done. So now it's looking good, right? And also one more thing I want to do. For this icon also I want to change this thing to template literal. So I want to make it dynamic. So if it is not open, that means open is set to false. That time I want to rotate this component to 180 degree. So that means now it is changed to right arrow. So that indicates now it will go here, and when it is open it will go at the left side, right? So this thing is working perfectly fine. Now after this, within this sidebar div I will create the logo, and for the logo here we need to use an icon, and that icon will be this ant design icon, and that icon name will be this. So I have copied it and use it here. And here let's create a div, and within this wrapper div I will use that icon. For this wrapper div class name I will use inline flex. For this icon let's use a background color bg amber 300. Okay, so here is the icon. For the size of it I will use this size, and I will use the border radius, so that's why I have used rounded. So border radius is 4 pixel. Use a cursor pointer. Display of this one will be block, and I will use float left. Now beside this I will provide a text tailwind. For the color of it I will use white color. For font weight I will use font medium. For the text size of it I will use this size. Now let's provide some spacing here, and that I can provide by providing margin right to the icon. Okay, and now you can see that when the sidebar is not open, that time this logo text is present here. I don't want that, so that's why here I want to use the open variable. So I need to change the quotation to this thing, and then I can use open. If it is not open, then I will use scale 0. Let's see. So this is how it is working, right? So when it is open, that time it is showing the icon along with the logo text, but when it is not open, that time it is only showing the icon. And also I want to provide a duration here. It's showing the transition in a proper way, right? And along with that, I want to provide another animation here for this icon, and for that also I need to change this quotation. And for this one also I want to rotate, but I want to rotate 360-degree, and that is not present here in this list. It only has the 180-degree. So to provide custom value, we can do it like this. Now save it. Now let's see. Okay, we are not seeing that because I haven't provided any duration here. Let's provide a duration 500. So now we can see the animation here properly, right? So this thing have been done. Now after that, let's create the search bar. So for this search bar wrapper div, I am providing flex item center rounded MD, so that means border radius with 6 pixel, and the background I will use this BG light white, and for the icon of it I will use this BS search icon, which is from Bootstrap icons. So we have already imported Bootstrap. Now we need to import that particular icon, and let's use it here. For the color of it I will use text white color. So here we can see that. Let's provide margin top, some padding here. For the padding left and right, I will provide the 16 pixel padding. For padding top and bottom, I will use 2 pixel. So that's how it's looking right now. For the size of the icon, I will use this 18 pixel, and I will use display block and float left. For the cursor of it, I will use this pointer. Now after this icon, let's use the input field. The type of it will be search, and now let's provide some class name here. For the font size of it, I will use this text base size, that means 16 pixel. Let's provide a placeholder here. The background of this input field will be transparent, and width of it will be 100% of the wrapper view. Text color of it will be white, so that means when we will type, those things will be in white. And I don't want this outline, so it will be outline none. So when it is focused, that time this outline will not be present there. When the cursor is blinking, that is the focus state, and for that state we have provided this outline none. And also I want to provide some spacing here, so that I can provide by providing margin right here. So it's looking good. Now we need to make it to work with this variable width of the sidebar. So we need to use dynamic class name here. So it will be like this, and let's see, when it is closed, that time the icon is not showing, and that is because we have this input field also present. I don't want this input field to be present here. So that means when it is not open, that time it needs to be hidden. Okay, so it is being hidden, but again we are not seeing that, and that is because of this padding. These paddings are taking this space, because of that the icon is getting reduced. So let me change these things. So when it is not open, that time it will be px4, otherwise it will be px 2.5. and similar thing for this icon class names also. When it is open, that time we will have this margin right. So now we can see the icon here, but it is very little. Okay, here I have made a mistake. So when it is not open, that means in this moment it will be px 2.5, and when it is open, that time it will be px 4. So now it is looking good, right? Now after that, let's create the menu items. So here I will provide some padding at the top, and I have created a menu array. So these are the menu items which we are going to use. So here let's use map function for this menus array, and we will get all the item as menu and also the index. Now after that, I am going to use empty wrapper element, and let's create the list element, and for each list element we need to provide the key, and that needs to be unique id, and that we can get by this index. And then we need to provide the menu title that we can get from here. So here we can see all the items. Now let's add some classes here. So first I will use text gray color. The text size will be small, and we'll use the flex and item center, and I will use this column gap 16 pixel. For the cursor of it, I will use this pointer, and let's use this padding. Now when we hover over an item, that time I want to change the background color of it. So that's how it's looking. Now let's provide a border radius to it, and that I can provide by this rounded MD, and let's provide some margin top to it. So now it's looking good. Now along with it, I want to provide an icon, and that icon will be dashboard, and I'm going to use this icon, and it has a prefix of RI, so that means it needs to be come from remix icon. So now let's first import it. So let's copy this one and paste it here. Now we can use it. So here is the icon. Let's use some classes. So now it's looking good. For this menu title, let's use text base. The font will be font medium, and I will use flex 1. Now when we reduce the width of the sidebar, that time it is looking like this, and the titles are present here, which I don't want. So that I can do by providing this hidden when it is not open. So now it's looking good. Okay. And here also I can provide some duration, and then here let's provide another thing, which is if menu spacing is present. So here if you see, here we have this spacing true for these two menu items. So if that is the case, then we will provide margin top to it. Actually by default we are providing some margin top to it, but if the spacing is available, then the margin top value will be increased to 36 pixel, and by default it is having this 8 pixel value. Now save it, and now let's work on the submenu items. So here we have the submenu. So first we have submenu true, and then we have submenu items array present, right? If we have submenu present, then we need to provide an down arrow here. So it will be menu dot submenu. If the submenu is present, so that means if it is true, then we will provide the drop down icon, and that icon will be from bootstrap icon, and I will use this icon. So here you can see the icon. For the on click of it, we need to provide a function, but before that let me copy this one, and it will be submenu open, and by default it will be false. Now if the submenu is present, then we want to display the submenu items. So now I need to create that, and for that it will be menu submenu. So if submenu is present, then create an unordered list, and here we will look for the submenu items and map through each item of it. So here we can see the submenu titles, and here also I will use this similar styling, so I can copy paste it here, and here I will use px5. So that's how it has provided some space at the left. Now let's use that set submenu open function to open it, and let's provide another condition here to display the submenu. So if the submenu open is set to true, then it will be visible. Now save it. Okay, here it needs to be this ampersand sign. So now let's see. So when we are clicking here, that time it is open. When we are again clicking here, that time it is gone, right? And here similarly we need to rotate the icon. If the submenu open is set to true, that time we will rotate it. Now let's see. So it has been rotated, right? Now one other thing, when it is open, that time it is showing these submenu items. I don't want that, and that I can do by pretty easily by providing open here. That means when it is open and submenu open is also set to true and we have submenu items, then only it will display these items. So now save it. So now you can see it is already gone, but when we open it, that time it is already there. And also one other thing, we can see that it is having a problem, which is this thing. So here also we need to provide open, so it will also be present here only when it is open. So now we don't have that, and when it is closed, that time also we don't have that, right? So now it is working perfectly fine. Now we need to provide the updated icons for each items, and for that I have another updated array present for the menu, and let me use that here. So I'm going to replace this one with the updated menu array where I have specified the icons. So for each item I have specified the icon, and we need to import those icons as well, which I have done previously. So let me paste those things here. So these are the icons which I am using here. Okay, and let's check those things here. If menu has icon, then we will use the menu icon, otherwise we will use this dashboard fill icon. Now save it. So now it has been changed to its respective icons for these items, right? So now it's looking good, and with this we are completed with our tutorial. So now you can see it is working perfectly well. Right, so we have all the functionality present here. So this is the tutorial, guys. I hope you have learned something new from this tutorial. If you do so, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this, and let me know by commenting down below. If you have any kind of suggestion for me, then also let me know, and don't forget to share this tutorial with your friends and colleagues, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. In the meantime, have a great day. Goodbye.